Los dejo.
Muchísimas gracias. Gracias. Hey Dan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thank you. Where are you right now?
I am in LA. I fly back to Nashville in a couple hours, but we're just getting ready to head over to Europe next week.
Yeah, I know. There's been a great tour, a great tour. There's any place that you're excited to play?
You know, it's been 5 years since we've toured together, so I'm rejuvenated for all of it. I just can't wait to get out there.
Awesome. So tell me, it's 8 days. In 8 days, you're gonna have a brand new album out to the light, a brand new baby. I know maybe you're in a different bands. You're making a lot of music in all your life. How do you feel about this new record? Is like okay, it's cool, or is like maybe they awesome as the first time that you get our record on?
There's so many emotions that are tied to this record for me. A big part of it is that it was such a difficult one to make, just given the state of the world. And you know, I remember we had this conversation in it's either late April or early May of 2020, where we did a Zoom call and we're like, okay, we're going to get back to working on this record. How long can this thing last? This pandemic last? We're thinking it'd be a couple weeks or a month or two. And, I ended up moving out to California with my family with the sole purpose of working on this record. And we did. I mean, we spent a little bit, but it just wasn't the right time, So things got pushed, but we did a lot of demoing. We did start the process then. And then, then we took a little break and got back to recording. I think it was my brain is so gone right now. I can't even remember if it was late 21 or early 22 that we started recording for real. But it was, such a relief when we looked at each other and we're like, we've got a record and we loved it. And it's just impossible to have any real perspective on it, right? So close to it, so difficult to make, and we're just like just overjoyed that we've done this thing. And now it's really been interesting and fun to watch and feel this momentum happening, building up to the release of the record that is very similar, in my opinion, to how it felt before Clockwork came out. There's just it feels like there's something to it that you couldn't ask for.
Wow, that's awesome. So you can tell me that this record is maybe like a pandemic record, because I only have heard two songs, but what I can hear is a lot of kind of apocalyptic stuff and then a lot of introspective stuff. And I guess this record is all about duality and be alive. That's what it's about, this record.
It's a life record. Absolutely. It's not really a pandemic record in the sense like, okay, well, here's don't have anything else to do, so we're going to make a record. It's reflective of so many different elements, difficult elements that went into making this, and like you said, you see, you can feel it in lyrically, you can hear it in the sonic, the kind of more aggressive approach that we took guitar wise, and we knew that was the only thing we knew going into it, that we had this, like, collectively had this feeling like, oh, we know this is going to be a more aggressive record. We just knew it had to be. But like conceptually, that was maybe the only thing that we talked about, and the rest is just it's showing our lives. And
when you got all together and maybe you got sessions about Zoom, and I don't know, but when you're all together in the room, can you tell me a little bit more about the creative process? You came in with idea, with the riff. I don't know how much Mark Rankin was on the studio, or you just mix it up at the final. Can you tell me a little bit more about this process?
Yeah, well, Mark did come in later to mix. We were still doing some last minute recording then, but this record is, it's a very live record. We did, obviously did some overdubs and whatever, but the basis of this record is us playing in a room together.
Okay.
And I think you feel that consistency through the record. The process is similar to the last two, where we are all filtering ideas together. Josh will come in with something, and as it winds its way through everybody in the room, it becomes a thing. This record was really no different. We did the one thing that I love about this band, and we've done it, I've been in it for 16 years, 17 years or something now, and it's never changed, that the time that we spend apart is such a time of like learning and absorbing new things and new ideas that, when you're back together in the same room, that's another element that finds its way through the room. So there's like a real responsibility. Everybody shares that, that drive to bring something new. And what I love about this record is I feel when I listen to it that you can see the threads to previous records. There's familiarity in some of the tones, and some of those, like Troy's solo in Paper Machete sounds like Little Sister solo, or like there's a tonality that's happening there that you can see where it came from, but we're all striving for new territory. So it's like,
I mean, it's like the essence of Troy, or your essence, or maybe just essence, just just moving on to new territories. I love it, man.
Yeah, cool.
Is there any particular song that you can wait to play on live?
This changes daily for me because we've been doing rehearsals for a little while, and I see like a lot of potential for versions of these songs changing when we play live. That's very exciting to me. A song like Time and Place I just know is going to be really fun to play. Straight Jacket is going to be really fun to play. And with this record in particular, it's like, I know that we will probably play every single song on this album live at some point. Okay. It's not like we made a record just so we could go on tour and you play one song and you just like play the old ones for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think we're all very connected to this one.
Okay, that's awesome. There's any plans for Mexico? I hope to see you guys in Sacramento, I guess, in October, I guess.
Oh, great.
With Tool and Korn and all the stuff. But there's any plans to come back and play this at Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, just conceptual. We know we want to, and we're asking to do it. We're just, trying to figure out routing and the time and all that. So it's definitely something that will happen. I just don't know when yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. Is there any message for all just a lot of Mexican fans who are waiting now for listen to this new album?
I mean, I guess the message from us would be how much we love and appreciate everybody in Mexico, and how much we love coming down there, and can't wait to be back. Personally for me, I hope that people feel emotionally the same kind of response that we get from it. And the idea with this record, I know we've talked about it a little in press and whatever, but is this idea of even if the world is going to hell right now, we're all in this together, and like hopefully this is like a place where everybody feels like they belong. And when we play shows, when we do things like that together, that it brings that out of that feeling out of everybody.
That's awesome. As a personal question for last question, there's any other plans that you have? I know you're gonna be touring a lot of time with the Queens of the Stone Age, but there's any plans? I don't know, maybe with Jaguar, Raccoon Tours, Pop Depression. I saw you with all your products, with all these projects, and I guess there's awesome to see you play, man. It's awesome to
Oh,
see you play with that
thank you.
weather, also. I watched them all, man. But there's any plans for all these bands at your future right now?
Yeah, nothing concrete at the moment. You know, all these things have just found a way to happen in the gaps in between everything else. Um, so it's going to be all Queens right now for a little bit, but
Awesome.
you know, the other stuff's
Well,
never that far behind either.
I hope to see you soon on stage. Thank you so much. This is a great day for me. I'm such a great fan. You're amazing on stage, and it's a truly honor to have this conversation with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope to see
Yeah,
you soon down there.
I hope to see you soon. See you
All right,
later.
have a good day. See you.
Bye.